from the franchise that brought us this.
You're alive. Too bad you will die. This is not good.
Now brings us a movie that doesn't totally suck.
Hey there, thanks for clicking on the video. I'm Luke.
I'm Chris.
And we're the Creative Criticals. Roll the intro.
Mortal Kombat has been a popular / controversial video game franchise since the early 90s, and according to mothers everywhere, it was the cause of all violence in the world. In 1995, it was adapted to film, which also spawned a sequel in 1997 called Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The 1995 Mortal Kombat was at least good enough to sit through and enjoy yourself. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was an abomination and should be destroyed. Now it's 2021 and we have a fresh reboot simply titled Mortal Kombat. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 2021, what are some of your initial thoughts?
It was so great, I slobbered all over myself. Actually, that's not true.
It's honey mustard, right?
Yeah, note to fellow YouTubers, don't eat before you do a video.
Just starve yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you make it in this business.
Right. Initial thoughts, I think visually, definitely better than the abomination of a film that we saw before. The use of colors I thought were really good. That was what stood out to me, especially when Sub-Zero is on the screen. I loved it. It was stunning how it looked. The colors, everything's kind of like washed out and kind of blue.
Yeah. At first too, I was like, is that intentional? Like when Sub-Zero was on, it was like a washed out bluish hue, and it's very intentional.
It's like colder. It's like it looks cold.
See the cold.
Right. Yeah.
And some of the locations, like the opening shot of I guess they were in Japan, of that compound and the house, like some of the places, and when the water buckets fall over, like washing over the side, it was just really cool, and filmed in some pretty cool looking locations.
I think visually too, some of the blood, like, there was some.
There was blood in this movie?
They didn't hold back with the violence.
Fans would have been disappointed if they didn't make it.
It was gruesome.
A gruesome fest.
Yeah. The story in this one was pretty straightforward. Pretty much all the plot centered around the fights and what was going on. So, the story, it is simple, but I don't think that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. There were a few times the story was just kind of boring with Cole's character. I just didn't care for him too much.
Yeah, that's what I had written down. Like, some of my actual problems with the movie had centered around character.
Yeah.
So with Cole, I think you're totally right. He's a new character that's introduced into this story. Has no connection to the previous lore or anything surrounding the franchise, and so with a new character, you'd want his story to be way more compelling than what it was.
Right.
I like some of the things they were trying to do with him, but like the power that he's given, and we won't give spoilers in this, but the power that he's given is lame.
It was. I think again, we won't do spoilers, but they tried to add some tension to like how he gets his powers and makes you want to care about him, and there's parallels between him and other characters.
Right.
But I just wasn't. He wasn't one of my favorite guys.
So one thing, like, I want to say, the first part of the movie, like the first 5-10 minute sequence, was excellent.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It hooks you in immediately, and that story is more compelling, I think.
Yes.
That first 10 minutes is more compelling than anything else that you see in the whole movie.
For Hanzo's
story, his story's compelling. You feel it. They try to do that with Cole's family, but they don't nail it like they did at the very beginning.
Who would you say was your favorite character, if you had to pick one?
Sub-Zero is my favorite character.
Yeah.
He's just he's cool, and he's menacing. Every time he's on the screen, he's intimidating.
Right. Someone's about to die.
Right.
So as a kid, Scorpion was always my favorite. Scorpion. And I think it's not spoiling anything. It was in the trailer that he makes an appearance. And I think it was really cool what they did with him in the older Mortal Kombat movies. Like, he had this like thing literally, and in the games it comes out of his hand like a little spike thingy, and in this it was just like a device that a chain came out of, so they made it more practical,
right?
Because that is hard to make look cool,
right?
In a film. In a game it works, but he's always been menacing to me, and seeing those two go.
I thought Scorpion was really compelling. In fact, honestly, I think the whole movie would have been better had they featured them two more.
Yeah.
I think they made a mistake by focusing so much on Cole and making him kind of the driver of the movie, when they had already a really compelling story between those two.
Yeah, and the marketing is really about those two, and the poster for the film is their faces.
And we get Scorpion twice.
Right, and briefly.
Right. So that was a weakness for me, I think.
Yeah, I know Jax, his character. I remember he had a metal arm in the old movie, and he just appeared and had it, and I was wondering when that was going to happen. And I think you said something about it too. Yeah. The first reveal of his metal arms,
that's lame.
Yeah, we were both like, that looks like something someone made in their workshop behind their house. Like, what the heck? Then that, something happens.
It materializes.
Right, and so he ended up being cooler than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, his character was cool.
Liu Kang was cool. He's always cool, and Kano. I would say
funny.
Right, he was very funny.
Yeah.
You need a comic relief in every movie, and he was a good one.
He was surprisingly funny. There were times where I thought, oh, they're going to overdo this with him. They're just going to make him the expendable funny character.
Right.
But he was legitimately funny, and there was times where, I was laughing.
We out loud.
Yeah.
We lolled.
We lolled. So overall, summary of the movie, what are your thoughts?
So overall summary, it is a good kickback. I would say watch it with some friends, and it's a successful video game movie, which is hard to do, apparently.
Not like a masterpiece, not award worthy, but definitely was worth watching it.
Yeah. If you had to give it a score, 1 out of 10, what do you give it?
I think I'm at a 6. There were enough problems with it to where I wouldn't, it's not worth a higher score, but there wasn't so many problems with it. It's just kind of a middle of the road kind of movie. If you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat, then I think you're probably going to be happy with it, because it's so much better than what we had before. So I guess if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, it'd be nice to see Mortal Kombat actually done competently and a good movie made out of it. So for someone who's not so connected with it, it was just a kind of an expendable movie, but enjoyable.
Yeah. You said kind of a middle of the road movie. I was originally thought 6, but I was so divided, and I thought, because I'm divided, I'm just going to give it a 5. So 5 out of 10 for me. Yeah.
So definitely a movie that is competent, worth seeing. Just a kind of middle of the road kind of movie. But anyway, if you like what you saw in the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.